All right, guys. We're going to start with some positives. Tonight's going to be a little heavy. Good to see you guys. Hopefully, you're popping in. It takes me a minute to see you guys. So, hopefully, you guys are popping in. So, I made this video. Excuse me. I made this video in a very, very, very raw manner. This was a reaction. This video was a reaction to my emotions. And I was running really high on emotion. And I'll be honest with you, it's really, really hard. Um, Sharing this is this is the rawest I've ever been as far as making a video. So I'm not talking about right now being live. I'm talking about the video we're going to watch tonight is, so I posted for our members. One of the things I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time is the documentary that I was basically helped make in a sense. Like we'll get into it at some point. It's a heavy subject. This is not the video that you guys are going to see for the documentary. This is actually just a kind of a sidebar in a sense. The reason I'm sharing this though is because I was watching it back and this is exactly how I feel, only I was very angry in this video. And it's not that it's a bad anger. It was actually a healthy, well, we'll watch it together. The reality is this is just a reaction to what I saw. And what I saw I was very upset with. And yeah, I basically just gave my opinion in the moment. And I promised myself a long time ago that I would start getting my own moments recorded because I felt like I just needed to do things in the moment. And so I promised myself that going forward from that point, that would be something I would do even when it was really hard. So that way, at least if I wanted to, I could look back and be able to see the growth or see what I was thinking and feeling in the moment. So we kind of did that not too long ago when we did the live right after Chad's trial. That was just one of those times I've never been like in the moment and done something like that. So first of all, I'm going to say hi to you guys before we get into this. I actually, when I made this video, okay, let me put it this way. I edited this video specifically to bleep out the cussing. Now, I used to cuss a lot. I don't cuss as much anymore, but I do get very upset. And I guess in this moment, sorry, let me turn my ringer off. I saw that it was just not, the best reflection of myself. So again, this is a very, very raw video. We are going to jump in. I'm just letting you guys kind of come in for a second before we start. You guys know that almost immediately following the video that you're about to watch was our last live. So I jumped on after that, and that's when I was feeling the weight of it. And that's when I was feeling all this stuff. So let's just jump right in real quick before we get started. I tried to make this, I'm going to my gosh, I'm going to duck, excuse the language here already, duck my head so you can see. I don't know if you can see it. I just try to make it look nice back there. I try to make it look nice for you guys. I need to calm down. Okay. We're saying bad words already on the live. I need to chill out. Okay. This is the one I wanted to show you guys. You call me a nerd if you want to. This is a Kintsugi Stormtrooper helmet for the podcast. Tell me that's not the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. Come on now. We talked about it on the community tab not too long ago. And behind me, we got a shoe. You're dang right. It's a Jordan right there. Trying to spice this thing up. Can you see it? All right. So again, this is the last, I would not say happy moment, but I think least heavy moment before we get going. So we're going to jump in. I will try to read your guys' chats. I did not know how to pull this media up without sharing my entire screen. So I'm just going to have it. You guys are going to see your own comments on the screen the whole time. And I don't know how much I'll talk throughout this. I just felt like I'm going to give you guys my raw reaction. So let me say hi to you guys before we start. Jules, Stormtrooper looks awesome. Vader approves. Love it. Love it. You guys are making me feel happy, but I promise you this video is not very happy. Thank you guys. Melanie says we don't care about cussing. I know, but it's just not the best reflection. You guys have seen before that I try to keep myself very reserved, and I feel like every time I used to cuss, it was more of an exclamation point because that's just kind of how I am. Like it was more used in that way, but it also like I can use the self control to not say bad words. In this moment, I was just letting it out, and I never really planned or knew what I would do with this video. So I appreciate you guys being here. I love you. Yeah, this is definitely just different. Again, the context to this video is I have a lot to say about the documentary. I haven't talked about it in a long time. I've done a lot of thinking on it because it's a big deal. There's a lot behind that documentary that I felt like I don't know how to talk about it. So I was watching it, and this was a current reaction to that moment while I was watching it. So it's really just, it was the most raw I have ever been in front of you guys, for sure. Ali B says, we are here for you, no judgment. We know you have a beautiful heart. Thank you. And I censored it for you on purpose, so that way I wouldn't be cussing up a storm because I was pissed. So we're going to do that. All right. So I love you guys. I'll be stopping, reading some chats, talking it through, but I am going to try to let it run through as much as possible because, yeah, but also I'll give you a little context real quick one more time. I was really out of it. Like this was, you know what, we'll talk about it as it goes. All right, you guys ready? Share this to you. Let me know if this is the better view. Maybe I'll make myself smaller. I'm sorry. Is that better? All right, you guys can see everything here. Okay. Some of you can hear it. I can make it bigger. Oops, 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 whoa. Sorry. Let me pause real quick. Pausing real quick. Can you guys see it? I know it looks bad because I couldn't make this bigger. Tell me, okay, if I do this right here, does it fill your screen up? Because if I do that, I can't see your chats. So it just kind of sucks. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, I'm getting text about it. I know you can see the StreamYard. I know you can see me. I just don't really know if I do the full screen, you guys can only see this and not me. So I don't know. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Kelsey's helping me out right now, guys. I'm going to go on here, go on YouTube so I can see you guys, and I'm going to full screen it, and I will pause and come back, okay? Because you'll just watch this video. You can still hear my voice, and when I do pause it, I'll go back and forth because I was really trying to figure this out. I'm sorry. I told you I'm not very technical. Yeah, I'll figure this out. Okay. So I'm going to pop it open full screen, and you guys just watch, and I'll pause it and go back. Yeah, so guys, watching the documentary, I'll pull this up. Watching the documentary is really hard. There's no sound. You guys can't hear it? Oh gosh. There's no way. There's no way there's no sound, guys. This is so ridiculous and embarrassing. How do I make this have sound? Why does it have sound? It says there's sound on it. All right, let me figure this out real quick. I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous. Let me try to fix that for you, okay? So I will pick that. There we go. That is so much better. I fixed it. Okay. I'm embarrassed. Okay. Can you see me? I'm going to play a clip, and then you guys are going to tell me if you can hear it. Good? No sound? Dude, there's no freaking way. What is wrong with this? Let me fix it. I'm gonna fix it, I promise. This is embarrassing. Share audio, share tab. Guys, this is ridiculous. I'm embarrassed. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to open this up. Why would it play the video and not give you guys audio? That's crazy. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm fixing it. You guys just hang out for 1 second. This is not professional. I'm sorry. Let me try to fix it and I will make it work. Hopefully, I tried really hard to make it work. If it doesn't work, okay, if it does not work, I'm trying to think. Okay. If it does not work for some reason, if this does not play audio, because there's no reason why it shouldn't. It's showing me, I shared the window. I've got, oh gosh. I'm trying to fix it. You guys just are troopers here, just waiting for me. I thought I had this all figured out. And if I can't figure this out right now, we'll hang out for a minute. What I'll have to do is post the video and then figure that out. I really hope this works. Let me see if I can fix the video itself. All right. Let's try this. Are you ready? Please tell me if you hear it. Yay or nay? No. That is stupid, bro. All right, well, guys, what a freaking day, huh? That is sucks so bad. Okay. I pretty much put everything I could. Audio, I've clicked on everything I can to make it work. It's not giving me the option for some reason, the way that I was sharing it to give you guys. Okay, we're gonna try that one time. This is our last time because honestly, at this point, I don't want to waste the time. So here's what I'll do. I will mute myself on this mic and see if that works. Okay. Okay, ready? Well, frick it. Man, what an ordeal. It lets me do everything besides share it. That sucks. Okay. Here's what we'll do. This is embarrassing, okay? Very embarrassing. What a crash and burn here. This is real life, so you guys know. There's no reason it should not be working. What I did was share and do everything I could to it won't share the audio for some reason. So usually when we do this, I have it pulled up in something else. So give me one more chance. One more chance, I promise. I will try one last thing. I will try to open it in a different type of way, and we'll try that. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna read your guys' chats while we're doing it. You guys having fun watching this? This is called The Struggle, and the struggle is real. You know what might work? Yeah, with the audio. The problem is I could do it. I could play it out loud, and it's not gonna sound. It's not gonna sound good. Oh, am I muted still? No, I'm not muted. Let me try it one more time. This is so ridiculous, guys. This is real life. This is how it goes down sometimes. You just have a ton of issues. I'm not. There we go. Let's try this one more time. So here's what we're going to do. Undo the megaphone. What do you guys mean by that? Hold on. We're going to read this. Just put it underneath the picture of that. Put it in the community tab instructions. Oh gosh, I lost you. Sorry. You guys are troopers. I do not blame you if you want to get up out of here because this is stupid. This is freaking stupid. All right, last chance. Going to try it one absolute last time. You guys are awesome. We're going to try one more time. I'm going to try to turn the volume on. My goodness gracious. What megaphone are you guys talking about? Guys, this is an important video. This is very serious. And now we're just looking like jokes over here. So you guys are saying click the megaphone. What megaphone are you talking about here? Maybe I'm missing it. You guys are real ones. You know that? Heck yeah. You guys are absolute real ones. We are going to try. So you said go to the left. I'm missing. I don't know what we're talking about going to the left here. What's on the left? Is there something? Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know. The speaker. Oh, this? I don't know. Click on the volume. Click on the VIC. Okay. But see, it's all the way up. So maybe I'm missing what you guys are saying. First button on the bottom. Looks like a big megaphone. I'm missing it. I don't see what you're saying. I'm missing it. Oh, down here. Is this what you're talking about? This is just ridiculous. Okay, I'm missing it. I'm sorry. This is not my night. I'll try to keep looking. I'm on StreamYard, yes, Jackie. For some reason, guys, it's just not letting me do it. I'm wondering if you guys are talking about there's the volume on this right here. There's the computer volume, and then that's it. I don't see what you're talking about as far as a megaphone. I'm really, really not understanding that. Sorry. Kelsey's going to try to help here. Third to the left of what? Mute? That's my mic on here. So are you talking about on the media player? Guys, the fact that the chat has to save me right here is so funny right now. You guys are literally trying to save me on this live. Left of the play button. Okay. Is that what you're talking about? I thought that was a remix thing, whatever that is. All right, let's just try it with this. I pressed the button. I hope. I'm so confused too, but we're going to try it. If this works, this is really good. This whole beginning's very choppy. We've been here for a few minutes. It's all good. You guys are troopers. Let's try this. If it does not work, here's the plan. I'm going to say it before. If this does not work, okay, I'm trying to see. Let me pull this all the way up because I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to, if it does not let me do sound even after I press the button, then what we'll do is I will have to upload the video. Now, this is why I wasn't going to upload it first. I wanted to give you guys context to the reason why I was so upset. And this video is very, very deeply important. So Yeah, they're talking about, guys, anybody who's confused, we're talking about doing this video that is up on the screen. I know you guys can hear me, but you guys can't hear the audio from the media player, and there's really no reason. But let's try one more time. Okay. If I'm missing it, I'm so sorry. I'm not good at this. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do some more research and we'll never have this happen again. But we'll hang out for a little bit and I will try to do everything that I possibly can to fix it. Okay. We'll do everything we can. You guys said third from the left. This is it right here. Maybe I'm missing it. All right. Let's go for it. If not, like I said, we're going to pop over. We'll figure this out. We're going to talk about this video. It's very, 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 it's very important to talk about this because this documentary was a lot different than anything that I actually, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much without going into it. But all right, let's try one more time. Maybe you guys are sending screenshots. Let's remove this real quick and restart it and fix it. I removed that. We're going to pop off, guys. Hold on. Slow it down. Slow the roll. Got some ghosts over here. I looked at the community tab, guys. I'm trying to pull it up. How are you guys, by the way? And what do you think of the studio? I'm trying to make it look decent, trying to make it look nice. It's coming together. I had a lot of thoughts about flipping and doing like paneled walls, but I thought it's more like alive to have items and stuff that you care about, pictures and stuff like that. So I'd love to fill more in, but there's really not enough room for more pictures. Like I tried putting some here and nothing would stay on that wall. I really wanted to flip it around. There's a wall behind this, and I was gonna put up like black panels, but I was like, maybe it would just take away all the life, and it would just feel like you're kind of just staring at nothing in the background. So, thank you. She thinks that the background looks great. I appreciate that. I like to have things that look that are alive, you know, and it makes it feel like you're part of something. All right, we're gonna try one more time. We're gonna try one more time. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm praying on everything that it will work. If this works, then we've pulled off a miracle here. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try this. I'm following step by step from you guys. You guys are saving our lives here. Okay. Okay, so here's the problem. It's not a Chrome tab though. It's open on the computer itself, which is why I was sharing the entire screen, which is why it looked weird in the beginning. And I thought that would work. So we're going to try one absolute last time. I'm praying on everything that it will let you guys hear it. All right. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness gracious. Nope, we don't want that. All right. If I miss it, I'm sorry. I didn't get it. I missed it. All right, I'm reading it right now. Sorry. This is probably the worst live of all time. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying. Okay, we're going to try that. One more time. Let me try it, fix it. I'm going to reopen the tab. Oh my gosh, guys. Here we go. We're going to reopen the tab. Okay, I'm going to walk you step by step so you never have to go through this if you're streaming. I'm going to reopen the tab. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix it. And we're going to fix this. And we're going to do it. And it's going to work. Okay. I can't see your chats. Give me half a second to fix it. Give me half a second. I promise you I'm coming back. All right. Here we go. Fixed it. Moved it. Grabbed it. Copy, paste it. My gosh, guys. What are we doing in this life? Good to see you guys. If you're just jumping in, you haven't missed a thing, and it's been 25 minutes, and that's on me. Like I said, we'll hang out. It's not going to be a wasted night. And if it does not give sound, then I promise you, we're going to do this ASAP. And the reason, like I said, I didn't upload the video first because I needed to talk you guys through it. It didn't feel like a video you could just throw up there because number one, it didn't have a beginning, middle, and end kind of thing. It was just like talking it out, and there wasn't a lot of context because you guys didn't know. You guys didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm gonna try it. Last chance. This is last chance for me. Okay. Okay. Last chance. I don't know. Might not work. Probably not going to work, but let's try it. Please tell me there's audio. This is the biggest freaking mess on the planet Earth right now. The mic's muted, everything. Okay, here we go. This is what we're going to do. We're going to fix this. We are going to do everything we can to make this work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can hear me right now. I'm going to fix it. We're going to redo this live. This one doesn't count. Don't even remember this one. Okay. Just remember the studio looks nice. Okay. And I appreciate you saying that. Here's what we will do. I will tell you a little bit more because I haven't talked to everybody about this. I talked to the Warriors about this, which is our members. We went into a little bit more detail, and one of the biggest things that I have tried, or what's the word? One of the biggest things I've tried to do and talk about since this whole thing started, especially even with this channel, and what ignited my passion for media was what this video talks about, which is the documentary. And there's a reason for that. There's a very good reason for that. And all my experiences in media have brought me right here. Now, again, first of all, Emma. Yeah, I appreciate you. I'm glad somebody appreciates this because I try to make it look really cool. I'm kind of in the way. I wish I could go down more, but this is about as far down as I can go. Guys, hold on. I'm gonna show Emma. I got some stuff going on here. Yeah. It's looking good. So yeah, I have wanted to talk about that for a very long time for so many different reasons, but it's a lot more complicated than I think people understand. I think a lot of people actually have messaged me the most from watching the documentary, and their first introduction is through that. And I haven't watched it more than up to this point now 3 times total. And one was before it was done, one was actually when it was out, and then just now, which was not too long ago. I watched the whole thing in bits and pieces. And what I'll tell you is that it affected me deeply. And the video I'm going to show you guys at some point This is so ridiculous, bro. You guys are always going to remember this. Remember this night. The night of when we went down. Oh, maybe. Oh, hold on. We might have help tonight. But well, if this happens, it's going to be a miracle, guys. If anybody in the chat is going to come to our rescue, what we got going on is we've got a video on the Windows player because that's exactly where it is. And it's not giving us the audio to the video. So we're not able to pull up the audio for some reason, even though it's letting me present and it's not letting me show you guys the audio, which is ridiculous. There's no reason for that. The werewolf did it. We can start putting some blame out there. I'll put it on me. It's on me. I should have looked into it before I thought that the media player would work. Okay, Megan says, what platform are you streaming on? We are on StreamYard. Don't give up. Appreciate you guys being here. You guys are sweet. You are way more patient than I would have ever expected you. I could easily understand if you popped off because this is crazy. I'm on StreamYard, and for some reason I have an HP computer, and the video we're playing is on a media player. I forgot. I don't know if it has a name. But it's not pulling up the audio on when we share because it will not give us the opportunity to do so. It is on media, that's all it's called, media player. And it just won't give us the audio. I'm not really sure why. I tried sharing the entire screen and it just didn't work. So, but this is part of life. This is what life has been like. It's been a mess and you just keep figuring it out. You keep working through it. Yeah, see, Megan's right. And it was my fault. I should have known that. Didn't know that. You can share audio when it's in a tab. Now, again, we've never reacted to anything that was like from the computer itself. And I should have done some more research. And that is on me. That was 100% my fault. And I'm sorry. Seriously. I don't mind telling you, I'm sorry. This is a mess. But hold on. Click share screen instead of share window, not screen. The other window pop up and confirms you want to share the audio. Hold on. We might save the world here. It's John. Guys, it's John coming in. John's going to save us. What you guys are awesome. Freaking OGs out here saving us. Okay, let me try this one more time, guys. I'm going to do it. I'm following John's instructions exactly. Okay. Window. So you know what's weird? It's not giving me the option though. After I press on the media player, it's not giving me the option to share the audio for some reason. It's a gray button for me, which is why I was giving you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. Slow my roll here. Hold on. I did it. I think this is going to be a day. If I did it. I got people texting me trying to save my life here. Okay, here we go. Last opportunity to do this. Share system audio, please. And I'll mute myself, and you're going to have to just see it in a weird way. I'll turn it full screen. Ready? Ready for this? Is it going to work? Hold on. I'm a mess here. I'm a mess. We got it. Hold on. I'm doing it. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself and tell me if it works. If it works, this is it. I'm going to go full screen. You guys can watch it.
So I'm sitting here because I don't know where this is going to fit. I don't know.
Can you guys hear it? Yes. Let's freaking go. Okay. Back to the context. Let me fix this. Back to the context. Wow. We did it. You guys did it. John Matthias with the step-by-step. Ooh, gosh, that makes me hype. Okay, we saved it. What a night. What a 30 minutes of your life you did not expect to watch me struggle. What a beautiful thing to watch. And we're resilient. We're resilient. I'm gonna go full David Goggins on you right now. We are resilient. You guys said don't give up. You encouraged me. I would have stopped the stream because I don't want to waste your guys' time. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay. We don't give up when it's hard, when we're frustrated, and we do it. So I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. I'm gonna go full screen with this. I'm gonna let you guys watch it. I don't want to ruin it for you. And I'm going to pop back in and read your guys' chats. Okay. Now, again, this is going to probably change the way that the vibe a little bit. So let's go. Love you guys. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to give you guys, and don't worry about the reaction not being spelled correctly. Okay. We struggle over here. Ready? Let's get it.
When I'm gonna post this or how this is gonna go. We're gonna talk about the documentary. But to get there, so let me start with this. I've only seen the documentary twice until today. One was when it got sent to me before it was finished, and then I watched it after it came out. And now I'm rewatching it. And I'm making this even with my voice is going out on me. Because I've had to watch it in pieces. I can't even watch it in one go. It's that brutal. To that part. So this is a really weird complex for me because a part of me feels like I'm watching it as a third person. And
if anybody is curious what we are talking about right now, we are talking about the documentary, The Sins of Our Mother. And I'm just leaving that as is because obviously we'll talk more about it after. But I'll be reading your guys' chats. And when I pause, I'm not going to pop back in and out because it's going to change the screen. So we're going to keep it full screen for you.
a part of me is feeling the feelings of everything and the weight and the gravity. I guess I just wanted to make this and have a raw reaction to it because I haven't felt like this in a long time. It's brutal. It's brutal. My mom is I don't know, sick. She's sick. I'm watching it in the timeline and having to relive what happened when my dad punched me in the stomach. Like, I know we've been talking about trauma a lot on the channel. We've been talking about healing, and I'm not saying that this, that we can't heal, but in the wake of feeling this all over again, it's like that trauma has been buried and woke up because I feel it again. Like it happened yesterday.
You know what's interesting about this is I felt like I was, excuse me, I felt like I opened up a, I opened up the trauma as if it happened like right then. Like I literally felt the trauma of watching it as if I experienced it again new. And I didn't even know that was possible, because after so many years, something sits with you and like you can kind of accept it. But the way that documentary is presented and the things that are in it, there's certain parts of it that are just so deeply interconnected. And I just didn't really realize that because it's been a really long time since I've watched a documentary or gone in that deep. And so it felt like I was experiencing all over again. It was really, really hard. I've never
ever talked about this. And what's even crazier is like as I watched it, it's crazy to be 28 years old versus I think I was 24, 5. Yeah, 5 at that point. I don't know, at some point. So there's a lot of different perspective, and this is the first time I've ever talked about it on the channel or in public in any way, shape, or form. So it's definitely not easy because it's not easy to revisit and look at all.
Having to see footage of him having watching her progressively get to the point that she did. And now knowing, right? Because like now knowing the conversation I had with her. Like we just had this conversation. It was more recently. It was in 2024, not too long ago. And to hear her progression of her lies and the progression of how much she doesn't care and to cry and to manipulate, it's just one of the most manipulative things I've seen. I'm really out of sorts. I feel like it was important to watch it again in all fairness before I respond to it. I've waited a really long time to talk about the documentary. I have unbelievable amount of things I want to say. Um, but I just forgot what a toll it takes.
Yeah, the more I'm watching this even right now is I'm thinking I'm in a state of shock. I can see it on my face, and I just didn't expect to be that affected in a sense. I know I just touched on this, but like I was so out of my like element. I couldn't think clearly at all. And I remember having to literally turn it off and on. Like, and again, I've seen it, but even to this point, this far down the road, see, the thing is, like, most of the time, your trauma isn't broadcasted. Like people don't usually have their trauma on the front page and in front of everybody's face. And that does add a level and a layer of like more trauma because a lot of times you don't have to be, and it's not that I had to. I made the decision to watch it so I could talk to you about it. But you don't have to relive it in the media. You don't have to be able to see physically these things happening. So I think that is a harder aspect that I think is hard to explain to others is what it's like to have this be public and talk about it, but also be able to see it physically. I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary, but there's a lot of scenes in it that are very, very hard to watch, like very hard to watch. And yeah, it was like reopening a wound and it was right back to where it was. You know what I mean? Like that immediate tear of just pain was real and it was right there as if it was happening in the moment. And I didn't expect that at all.
It's just a grasping of reality. It's grasping that it's real. It's grasping that I don't know. I don't know. I made one promise to myself after the documentary is that I would try to document my thoughts and the reality of my thoughts in the moment more often. And I would try to share what I could while I was feeling it. Because they stripped a lot of that away. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of in shock all over again. It's hard for me to formulate my thoughts right now. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be a video separate. I guess I'm doing this because I think it's really important. I think it's really important to
I'm struggling to talk right now in this
I
video.
think it's really important to share your thoughts and your feelings, even when it's hard, like this. I don't even know if I'm sharing my feelings. I guess the reason I'm so in shock all over again is because the reminders of the trauma is like I relived it. I'm like, let me see where I'm at. I don't know if I'm halfway through episode 2. I've had to watch it in bits and pieces. Um, yeah, I'm not even halfway through episode 2. So, yeah.
So the context more to give you guys a little bit more was I was rewatching it so I could make a longer form video, which I'm still working on because there's a lot to say here. And man, it's just so crazy because the scope of it all really was apparent. And I watched all these people being involved, and I think you just forget what it was like. I remember in 2020 watching my mom, we had YouTube TV, we were watching, we were scrolling through, and I saw Trump and then my mom right next to him as like world news. And I had people telling me that they were in Mexico and they saw it on TV and people were at the gym. And like it just, I think it's hard to explain the scope of what it was like when it was going on. And it's like there's not a second to grasp reality. Everything you're doing is quicksand and it just doesn't ever stop. It just continues to go down no matter how hard you fight. And you just keep getting swallowed up over and over. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it just never slowed down ever. It never slowed down. And I think the documentary reminded me of those feelings and what it was really like. And yeah, I guess a part of me forgot that piece is how hard it was coming at me and how hard it was for everybody else around me and all the family members and all these people who are affected. And you see this huge group of people and you go, what the frick, dude? Like this is way crazier than I guess sometimes remember because I'm so focused on, missing my family and missing the people that I love. But yeah, it was crazy. And on top of that, you have to deal with media and you have to deal with, sometimes a lot of times the insensitivity of media. They're just trying to get something out there. So
Um, I've really thought out, cared about video for you guys to see what this was really like. This took almost 2 years of my life to contribute to. And every time I opened myself up to the camera, I was trying to be vulnerable and I wanted God to do something with it and I wanted it to help people. And I think in essence, some good did come out of it, but the narrative was so steered uh, to a very specific points and very specific way that I don't feel like it was very effective. And I'll get into this another time. Actually, I'll just get into it now. I'll share my thoughts. The narrative was supposed to be my family's story. It was supposed to be about who Tylee was, who JJ was, who Charles was, who my mom was, and really paint the picture of what it was like to building to this point. Because to me, that's what mattered, right? It's like you don't know that because nobody has shared that because everything's about the same thing. Everything you watch, everything you see, everything you talk about is all the same cut and copy with different colors on it, you know? And I think that I just got so frustrated with media and the narrative and the missing pieces of the story that matter. I felt like my brother and my sister all got ran over for the psycho killer cult mom Lori.
I'm gonna pause it real quick and let you have a forewarning. I did edit the video just in this sense. Me some beeping coming up. And I think this is kind of where my real anger of the moment came out. And again, like I said, I try to be very reserved, and I know it's not right to just be going off, but I definitely just felt like maybe in this moment I just needed to kind of get out years worth of stuff. And I was really, really upset again, and I just went off. So just letting you know for a warning, if you don't want to hear the beeps, they are censored, but letting you know right now.
And they just got brushed over. They're just the victims. It's not like you know them, or their memory lives on in that documentary. It's really the psychological breakdown of who Lori Vallow was and who Chad Daybell is and how we got to this point, which even if you got all the pieces, you wouldn't even understand, you know. And it's insightful. The documentary, objectively, I think is a good documentary, and I gave them credit even when I was at my lowest with them and my most upset. I gave them credit for how good of a job they did with the cinematography and the editing and the storytelling, but we spent years talking about the story, and I wouldn't agree to do a documentary unless we agreed on the narrative. I was supposed to be have creative control because I was so worried about how the media had done what it did. The media takes something and finds its angle and cuts around everything and puts one piece out there for everybody to eat, and you just trim everything up to one piece. And I just was interested in a different story. I was interested in my family story and trying to show and shed light on the people and what it was really like building to this point, because that's when you would get it more. You know, you see this family and what it was like, and the people who were part of it and grew up with us and were around and saw it all. That was the goal. And that's not what happened.
Yeah, so again, I'm gonna make a longer video for you guys. Here's what happened. The video or the documentary had a very specific goal in my mind, and there was only really one thing I was interested in, and that was really telling my family's story from an earlier point to up to what happened. And I didn't want what happened to overshadow the people, my family members. I wanted it to be something that felt like you understood who they were and honored them. I wanted to hang the hat of honor on them because everything else had brushed over them so hard. And everyone knew who my brother and sister and dad were, but nobody knew who they were. They were just like sidebars to my mom. And I felt like that was really not what I wanted to ever have to deal with again. I didn't want to do that. And I guess that's what sells to people. I guess that's what people think is really more interesting, but it was there was a goal and there was a purpose, and that's not what it ended up being at all. And I think that's where this reaction you're watching right now is coming from.
And that's what hurts me the most. I set out for that, and I wasn't interested in telling the Lori story. I don't care about the Lori story. I don't care about that. And it's been told a billion times. So it's not interesting anymore. And I felt like I tried to set out to do something beautiful, that what I could do to try to tell the story. It didn't work out that way. And I get it. Look, maybe not everybody's interested in what I have to say about my family, and maybe people are more interested in Lori's story, and it's more interesting to hear some psycho cult mom who used to be a supposedly wonderful mother, right? Like, that's not, I don't know. That's the narrative. Like, oh, she was this wonderful person. Okay. And I'm not saying my mom didn't have good qualities or do a lot of good things, but
There's gonna be a lot of
telling
beeping
her
coming
that
up.
was just perfect. And all of a sudden she just flipped her switch. It doesn't happen. I'm overwhelmed with it. You don't even know what a good person Tylee was. She didn't even get a chance at life. She got totally. She was put in the worst positions. What kind of person does that? She didn't get about Tylee or JJ, obviously. She sent her in there to get her purse after Tylee, after Charles is murdered. Yeah, go get my purse. You. How about that?
Man, I was really upset, and it's not funny. This is just how I felt, and I feel like this was. I don't know how to say what I mean and feel. There's like a fire of anger behind this because I can't believe what I was watching all over again. Like I think you forget the details over time of everything because it's so much. It's not like it was one event. It was multiple events, multiple murders, multiple people, all different times, all different plans. It's sick. And when I watch the documentary, it reminds you of those little details and those little things. And watching those little gritty things really added up to me because each one's a tick. Each one is another cut. And even if it's from paper cut to slicing me open, that's what it feels like. So watching it all over again was cutting me all over, and my stomach was so sick. And I remember thinking, I'm doing this to myself. I tell myself that I'm voluntarily watching the documentary because I know I want to talk about it, and I won't talk about it unless I know what I want to say about it. So that's why I watched it. But I don't know if I'd ever want to watch it again, to be honest with you. It's just something that's such a toll to watch, you know. So I'm reading you guys' chats on this, just so you know. But obviously I can't pull you guys up on the screen and talk. I just want to have you guys watch the video. As you know, in a lot of our reactions videos go for a long time. So I want you guys to get the rest of this. I might play this through and then we're going to talk a lot after. So just keep dropping your thoughts. Love you guys.
I don't even know how to express myself right now. And everybody who's involved and nerdy Chad texting all this bullshit. Ranking people's light and dark. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say right now. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with all the death. I'm overwhelmed with this, with the narrative and the story, and I'm overwhelmed with the fact that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I'm overwhelmed by it. I'm overwhelmed. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Hey, Colby, in a lighthearted moment, cheers, because we're both having this. Well,
Now I
just
have to figure out a way to do it myself. I got to do it myself, obviously. I don't trust anybody else. I don't trust these companies. I don't trust. All they care about is the lore story. How can they sell it? How can they repackage it? How can they put it on your plate so you eat the same over and over? So you can palate it like it's not the same thing every time. The story didn't change. But it's all about Lori. It's all her. It's all the focus. It's all about her. It's bull. And she's been so put as such an important person. It just overshadows everybody else. You know, I didn't get an ounce of closure with anybody. Zero. That's what happens. People are killed. And I have to find out and be holding on to that hope for so long just to find out they're dead. Just to hold off a little bit longer every time. Always dreaming. And then after I found out, it changed my life forever. And now I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it, man. I want to tell their story. Obviously, I don't know how to make a documentary fully. I've done a lot of studying, I've done a lot of research, but I'm not a director, I'm not a videographer, I'm not an editor. But I feel like I can tell the story so much better than anybody else. I lived it, I know it, I know them. I want to bring people in and know them. I want people to give a full circle. And I'm sick and tired of the narrative that it is. And now it's just like nobody really cares anymore. It's all kind of over. The book's closed, right? Not for me. I'm not saying that I'm not healing or moving on. It's just that story never got told. The story never got told. Yeah, it never got told. I don't know what to say. I'm frustrated because I tried so hard to make it work. I tried so hard to sit with these people. And I kept getting these feelings in my stomach. The interviews, I would spend days with them, right? Like 8-hour sessions, lose my voice by the end, filming and talking, bringing it up. And it's raw and it hurts and it sucks. And I'm sitting there gritting my teeth like this is all going to pay off. This is all going to be worth it. This is going to get their story out there. This is going to be a good thing. This is going to change, the narrative more, hopefully, and whoever wants to hear can know it, and just none of that made it. Again, I'm in the second episode, and it's not there. My love story with Kelsey's in there. It just kind of doesn't fit. It's like they just threw it in there as fan service for me. I'm sorry, like I can tell that story somewhere else. That's not what we talked about. It's not what we agreed on. It's not what it was supposed to be. And you freaking know that. You know that. That's not what we talked about. You got all these people out there were in it. You did all this editing, all this stuff to just whittle it down to the same thing everybody else has already made. It's not creative. It's not creative. You might have the best version of it because you used my name to get all these other people in behind my back. That's what you did. You did it all behind my back. Everything. I kept asking everybody the whole time, what's the plan? What's going on? Who are you interviewing? Let's do this. I was trying to help tell the story. And you just said, you, we don't want your story, basically, but we'll use you. We'll use you the whole time. And you'll be the catalyst. And then we'll take you to Hawaii and we'll let you do a little memorial that means something to you, but we'll film it as our emotional anchor for the end. That was real for me. It's all real for me. And you got to just use it for what you wanted to tell your story. You get pissed. I'm pretty much done. So I'm gonna go.
All right. So that's the video. Now, I felt like it was really important to not post that without talking to you guys because I felt like, hold on, I'm just fixing this up for us so we can see. Okay, now we can talk. Phone's dying and everything. So that was hard to watch because I didn't know how to talk to you guys about it. It's been on my mind for years. It's been on my mind since 2022. Yeah. No, 21, right? I don't remember the dates, but very, very early on. I don't want to start a war here, right? Here's what I will say. Okay. And this is why I've been very careful with this, as you can tell. This is obviously a bigger subject. And this is the first time I've ever shared this. And so there's a vulnerability here. What I just shared with you guys was something I didn't know if you'd ever see it. I didn't know if I just kind of video diaried that. I don't know if I was ever going to ever talk about it. And then when I rewatched it, it just felt like it needed to be talked about, like at this point. I am incredibly hurt by how it went. It was not at all what we agreed to or talked about. Now, again, with that being said, I gave them the credit for where they did do what they did. The point, though, was it wasn't about the Lori story to me personally. And it should have never been cleared that way without talking to me. And it ignited my passion. I'm sitting here in front of you talking about vulnerable things, talking about this because I've let the media have a moment with me, and they've always found an anchor and a way to just go for the jugular for me. And I just don't appreciate it. I don't like that. I think media is very powerful. I think media is one of the most biggest gifts of our lives. You get to literally help people. You can do incredible things, but like all good things, there's a corruptible, easy side to doing that. But this is why I sit in front of you. Is hold on. Lou got me. Is that one shoe? Yes, it's a Jordan. It's a Jordan, guys. It's a Jordan 11. Okay, we'll get back into that. I'm doing media for that reason. I am so sick and tired of having a narrative or people having their idea and filter over your story is crazy. It's your story. So if you want to tell your story, if you want to share your testimony, if you want to do that, that is not for someone else to come in and decide, oh, well, you know what? I'll nitpick this, and this, but we're going to add that to a bigger narrative and we're going to put that on the screen. No, it's your story. It's your family stories, whatever you're willing to do. And that's the problem. That wasn't the case here. Now, again, this is a video I'm going to make still for you guys that is a little bit longer, that goes into more detail. We could talk more about it. But after I watched it, that was the reaction right after. But I felt like it was also the right thing to do to it was what's the word? I just felt like it was important to share the reaction to you. So I know I reacted to our reaction, but it's because that video just didn't have enough context for you guys to understand what I was talking about. If I just posted that as is, I don't think you would understand what I was saying. So let's just put it that way. Now, going into what the future holds and what I want and what I wanted is I wanted people to know who my family was from a lot of people's different perspectives. I wanted people to gather that knew them and really be able to shed light and honor them. And that didn't happen either. So that is where my passion has also been, but I still want to do it in the right way. I could sit here and tell you a bunch of things, but there's a lot of other things that I want to do and say. So that's why I feel like this documentary has been holding me back for so long, because I felt like I just couldn't really explain to you guys everything that's been going on in my mind and heart. And the reason media is so important is for that reason. I want to tell their story, but I want to help other people tell their stories, because that experience put me in a propelled position to want to say, I want to do this for someone else and give them the freedom and creative freedom to do what they want to do. They want to leave a legacy. They want to tell their story. They want to help tell a family member's story. I want to help people do that eventually. I'm not there yet, but that's a goal of my heart. And that is something I have just wanted because I of the experience that I had. And it's across the board. It's not, and I'm not going to name names. I don't want to do that, but it's all the media I've experienced. Very few incidences have been good. And I can't think of one off the top of my head that was like servicing and sensitive to the topic. They always had an angle and they always got what they wanted. And I was very, not even soft spoken. I was very non-confrontational. We talked about this in some of the podcasts. I would not be like in the moment, like, I'm not doing that. Now it wouldn't even happen. We wouldn't even sit down and talk. And that's the problem, is it caused me to be defensive. And now I've scaled that back and realized media is very powerful if used correctly. And people can go out and make good media and tell good stories. And I don't mean stories, I mean telling people's live stories. And it's possible. And that's the goal. And that has been one of the main goals of this channel and one of the biggest passions of my life. I already felt passionate about that before all of this happened in my life. And now it's like a level 1000. So there it is. It's finally out. It feels so good to say all of that, just because it's been on my heart for literally years. Literally years. I cannot even tell you. Now, oh, Kelsey's coming in. Mr. Passive. Sweetie, you're not pregnant anymore, even though you're beautiful in that picture. You had our baby. All right, I'm going to get to you guys' chats. Question just came in. Are we talking about the Netflix documentary about Lori? Yes, we are. It is not supposed to be the Lori story. Let's put it that way. It's very unfortunate that it ended up being that way. But that was not ever the intention, and that was not ever the point or the goal. And it turned me to this. It turned me to want to do media. So that's my... But anyway, I love you guys. I seriously, bottom of my heart, I'm going to say a couple things. Number one, thank you guys for soldiering for 30 plus minutes while I try to figure out the tech issues. That leads me to also saying thank you to everyone who's trying to help. I'm so sorry I did not understand what you're saying. I got just overwhelmed in that moment, and I want to say a huge shout out. I literally get a text from John Matthias who said that someone sent him. He said, someone just sent me this recommendation, and he sent it to me over text. He is incredible, because whoever sent it to him, shout out to you. And also, that is what saved the stream. So John, Hidden True Crime, John Matthias saved the stream, and you guys did. So I love you and thank you, because that step by step is what saved us. Now, yes, huge shout out to Hidden True Crime. I genuinely love them. They're very, very, very sweet people. But that also brings me back to one last thing, and that is you guys. I think about you a lot, and you can think I'm creepy, whatever the case is. I think about what this channel is supposed to represent. I think about how I can bring you guys something that's helpful, that helps you in your life. And I was hesitant to share that video based off of the cussing. That's why I bleeped it out. But, it was raw. It was real. So I just love you guys. And I mean that bottom of my heart. I've been wanting to do more lives specifically so we could talk and do this rather than just make videos. And that was also another reason why I wanted to do it live, is so that way we could hang out. I do love you guys. And I'm sorry that first 30 minutes happened. I'm not going to apologize again, but I am very sorry that it did. I apologize again. Sorry. I'm going to work on that in therapy. All right. Michelle says, this is so healing. God has you. Sorry, hold on. Michelle, you deserve a real read. I'm laughing at myself. I'm just an idiot. Okay. This is so healing. God has you, but you know that. We have seen so much growth in you. What an amazing guy you are. So much insight left, seeing your big heart exposed and shared with us. Hang in there. It's truly inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, because that's what I always wanted. I want to do media for a very specific reason, and is to help people tell the truth of their narrative and not come in biased. So Missy says, I feel that you are being called to do great things in media. So maybe the outcome of Netflix had that happen in order to get you to media, see what God needs you to be. I agree with you. I think that there is a reason. Kelsey actually said that too. There's a reason that it happened. I believe that. I just think, okay, you know what? This is what it is. It absolutely changes I can't change anything, but it is what it is. And I'm going to do something later on. But that's what it is. Kelsey, you shut it, sweetie. Get out of here. I shouldn't even highlighted your comment. Guys, I'm not telling you a story. No. Kelsey, she's not pulling that out of me tonight. Don't try to, she's trying to make it funny. So again, I told you guys on the last live. I can't focus now because of what Kelsey said. Kelsey, you need to stop going for the jugular on live. Okay. Give me a chance. And we're not going to talk about that, right? You're making me lose my thought. Okay, Beth says, don't strike me as someone who gives up. I think she said you. And I hope if you did say you, I appreciate that because today is a perfect example of not giving up. Okay. Don't you dare put peer pressure on me to talk about the fake Jordan. We're not going to talk about it. Okay. It's embarrassing. I'm not talking about it. Okay. Here we go. Now, we talked about this before in the last live. This is heavy stuff, but the majority of the time, we're upbeat. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to enjoy our family. We're trying to look at the positive. I told you, that's how you kind of have to get through it. You need to also balance out. You need to feel the hard stuff, go through the hard stuff, deal with the hard stuff, and then you end up on the other side where there's all the good in the amazing part, and you guys are part of that. And that's why lives have become like my absolute favorite thing because we can hang out. I don't like when Kelsey jumps in here. No, I'm not talking about it. You guys enjoy everything else. Okay, this was set up just for your aesthetics. It's fake, Jordan. You want to hear the story? Thanks a lot, Kelsey. It's a fake Jordan. And I don't wear them because they're fake. Because I paid for real breads. These are Jordan 11s. And they're fake because look at the Jordan. It's not a real Jordan. It's got a butt. That's not what Jordans look like. So I got them in the mail and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I looked at the Jordan and I thought, that's not normal. Now I can't put it on the shelf. Thanks a lot. It's out the shot. Frickin' A. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Kels. Now I got to find a new shoe. I appreciate that. It's a fake Jordan. It was a $250 Jordan. It mattered to me. It was worth the price because I wanted Jordan 11 breads. I wanted to show off. I was like, I'm going to wear these with everything. And they're fake. And I messaged the guy and he screwed me over and he goes, well, I can give you a discount. I can't return the shoe. I can't give you your money back, but I'll give you a discount on another purchase. Are you kidding me? You sent me fake Jordans. I'm done. The stream didn't work. Kelsey calls out the Jordan. Now we got an empty spot. I'm mad about it still to this day. I'm still mad about that because the guy posted a picture of the fake or real Jordans. So when you swipe through everything, he posted real Jordans. So I purchased them and then he sent me fake ones. And then he tried to legit check me. So then I put it in a Facebook group and got roasted. Because I'm like, guys, I'm really worried this is fake. Everybody gets on the comments. They're so fake, laughing emojis. Like, just help me out. Why would you roast me in my time? Why are you kicking me while I'm down? I got fake Jordans. Come on now. Thanks a lot. I had to tell that story publicly. I'm never going to say that story. Ever. Ever. Goodness gracious. Here we go. Yeah, Santa, can you bring me some real Jordans? No, I don't trust Santa. But that's a whole nother thing I want to talk to you guys about sometime. This stuff's all legit checked, okay? All the helmets, all the stuff. I really wanted to get this one. This was the most important one behind me. Hold on. Can't really see it that well, but it's a Kintsugi helmet. Let me know if you guys want to see it up close. I think it is the most perfect thing. I didn't know it existed. I know I'm a Star Wars nerd, but I did not know it existed. And then I saw it and I was like, that is the most perfect thing. Well, I can't put the fake Jordan back. You guys are just going to laugh at it. You guys are just going to laugh at it. Maybe I'll put, here you go. No, we're not giving. No, we're done. We're moving on. Media company. I saw someone say that. I missed it. Yes, there was a shoe on the shelf. Everybody's laughing at it. Now, media company, that is what I wanted to. Yes, it's a fake plant. Are we just pointing out the background here? I did a lot of work on it. Stop it. Now, what was I saying? Hold on. You guys are really getting me off my game here. I didn't expect to get it. I just end up going live to get roasted. And guess who leads the charge? The other part of my flesh, the rib, is leading the charge to just put me down and just publicly tell everybody I got a fake Jordan. And I put it on the shelf, and I was so like, you know what? You're not going to be able to see the butt on the J. It's going to look good. It's going to be aesthetic. I'm done. Thanks a lot. You wouldn't expect, of all the people in the world, the one gal. I'm really losing my train of thought. This has been a crazy live. This is going to be one of the best, funniest lives ever because of how much stuff has happened in this. I'm going to have to, we're going to have to get a huge Darth Vader. Hold on, I saw it. Yeah, we're going to need a big old Darth Vader right there now. We'll put something there. Kelsey came and got me. But yes, a media company, real quick. So that is kind of what I was trying to work on. It's very real, but also it's conceptual in the sense of there's a lot of work to be done before I could properly help tell other people's stories. So I think I've been focused on healing, and then I want to also I want to figure out a way to tell my family stories first and then graduate to helping other people tell their stories. But I think the goal over time is to maybe make either mini docu-series or things of that nature eventually for other people as well, or even just having people come onto the channel. I just want it to be worth their time. And if I'm going to tell someone's story, it has to be correct. It has to be proper. And I know that because I've experienced it. I've seen how it works. And the companies that usually do stuff like that are bigger companies. But the thing is, I want to be a part of the new media wave that's happening. That is, we are not doing, guys, the shoe's on the other side of the room. If you're asking me to put it back, it's on the other side of the room. I legitimately threw it because whatever. But I want to tell people stories, and I have a very different angle. And, obviously to get to that point, there's a lot of other work that needs to be done. If I can't even figure out the stream, I'm not ready to tell people stories. Just saying. I can be honest with myself and I can be honest with you. But that's the goal. And I want people who've had experiences and have come through it and have testimonies. I feel like that's our group. That is what this channel is. That's us, right? That's us right now. We've all been through things, but people who have had that come through and are coming through it at the same time and are ready to share their stories, that's the passion. That's where the fire is. That's where I want to be. And that is where I really pray that this ends up, is being able to help people tell their stories without the media, without other companies, without anybody else's input coming in and saying, well, we need to edit this and change this, and we need to tell this story, and we're just going to nitpick this. No, we're going to come up with a story and we're going to do it for real. So that's how we're going to do it. But I love you guys. After the video you just watched, when we went live, what was it, a couple of days ago, I was right. Not too long after I made the video you just watched, we went live, and that live made me feel even more comfortable and able to share more with you guys. And I know I've been vulnerable, but this was a different level. I felt like I really wanted to get to that point, which is great because now I feel like we can. And now that the documentary thing is, I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like there's a weight off of me that lets me at least explain the mission finally. And the mission has been different media, telling the real deal, Holyfield. Okay. We're not just going to be edited. We're not going to be censored. We're not going to be put into a box and have our stories completely danced around and used in a certain way because that's what's popular. If you don't want to hear it and if you don't want to be a part of it, then don't do it. And that's the point. I want to tell different stories, and that is the forward here. So that's what it is. But that's why also, again, I've not forgotten about your guys' emails. I don't know if you guys know, I created an email for this channel specifically called askcolbyj@gmail.com. I wish I could pop that up for you right here. Can I? No, I'm not even going to try it. I'm not going to touch a thing on here. But I created that email for people to send emails that maybe we'll read through if you're comfortable with that. But I said, if you send an email, please be comfortable enough to either say it in the email, but if not, I want to eventually go through those and talk about those stories and maybe even talk with the people who sent the emails because I feel like that's where we can start getting more healed. So you can't unhear the shoe butt thing. Come on, Jules. Even Vader's probably laughing at this point. It does. It literally, the Jordan had a butt in it, and I knew it was fake right then, and I was so upset, dude. So upset. I got fake J's. It happens. It happens, I guess. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened to me. But yeah, if you guys are interested, you guys can send emails to that email. I hope it is a good outlet for you as well. And I hope that you feel like you have a place here in this channel to learn new things, experience new things. Like we talked about, I feel like this channel is evolving into more of my life rather than just what's happened in my family. And I don't want that to be the case. You know, I'm processing through that, but that's not my entire life. And we have a lot of other things to do and help other people too. I've thought about doing fun things like cooking with you guys, even though I suck at cooking, or like doing movie nights with you guys, because I'm just a normal person and I feel like we've connected in this. And even though we connected for, you know, through hardship, it doesn't mean that beautiful things and fun things can't happen outside of that. So I talked about doing a watch party with you guys. Like we can just come up with new ideas and do lives and hang out. You guys need to let me know what you want to do for the watch party. And we're not watching Sharktopus. We're not watching Sharknado, even though I like sharks and watch Shark Week. No, we're not watching it. So drop something else. Colby used to be a shoe connoisseur. Yeah. You're not wrong about that. I used to have a lot of shoes. And then we got rid of all of them. But I had a ton of shoes. Like just ridiculous amount. So I was just hauling around shoes all over the place. And there's a lot of them I wouldn't even put on my feet. So if you're a shoe head, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Goodness gracious, what a night we have had here tonight. If anybody is on the replay and you soldiered through the first 35 minutes or whatever, you're a trooper. And everyone who's here, you're all warriors tonight, all of you, because this was another level of patient. You guys are patient, and I love you. Beth Scott says, my dad said some awful things to me growing up, and my mom didn't speak up to help. I feel a tremendous responsibility to be the one to stop generational patterns of abuse and neglect. Do you feel that way? Yeah, absolutely, Beth. Someone has to stop the train, and eventually somebody's got to stand up and say, I'm doing the opposite of what my parent did. Even if it's just how they treated you, even if you think you could do it better, someone has to eventually say, I'm not going to do that. So I do feel the same exact way. How did you and your wife meet? Congrats on all your children. Praise God. If Kelsey's still here, I'll tell I don't want to do it just a disservice by brushing through it quickly. I actually met Kelsey at school. I was in 9th grade. She's in 7th grade. And I thought that was obviously, to me, that was a big deal because like we didn't even really talk. But I think 9th grade and 7th grade is too big of a gap. I never wanted to date someone like in younger grades. I thought that was weird. Call me whatever. I just thought it was weird if you were like a freshman dating a 7th grader. Okay. I'm not saying whatever. Frick it. So anyway, we knew each other for a really long time. We went to the same school for a little bit. And then I was her admirer over years. And I think when I was in college, we had kind of talked over the years randomly. And then when I was in college, she messaged me on Instagram, and then she and I connected, and then we went on our first date and all that stuff. So I think probably from like the first date on, I already knew. So, oh, she's here. But I knew from that first date, for real. I called my friend and I was like, man, I don't think I can go back. I was going to school in Kansas and I was playing basketball, and I knew that she was worth staying in Arizona for, and I was like, I just got to see where this goes because I think she's the one. And here she is tonight, returning the favor by exposing the fake Jordans. Thank you. Cheers to you, gal. Anyway, but yeah, I'll definitely we'll tell that story at some point. I would love to get into other life things that have happened. Obviously, though, this has been um, a time of processing what happened to my family for the first time fully. So that's why it's been the focus of the channel, but that's not going to be the focus forever. And I just hope people know that if you're here live watching this, um, we're not going to be doing this forever, talking about this. This is not our whole lives. And I know you guys know me through this, but at the same time, I think God has bigger plans for all of us outside of this. So, but you guys saying you want the shoe back? I'm not, it's far away. I mean, that you could have a moment to look at the desk, but you know, that is what it is. I appreciate you guys being so patient. This was really fun. If we do a watch party, I'm gonna bring my Cheeto Puff. What do they call it? Cheeto Puff corn balls, something of that nature. I don't know. They're on the community tab. I literally posted about them. Kelsey said, and having your babies. Huh. I wonder if I missed another message. Yeah, you do have my babies. That's a true statement. Maybe I missed something, but yes, you do have my babies. And I appreciate you, and you're getting your push gift. So stay tuned for that. She's getting a push gift for 3. I owe her 3 of them. But yeah, I do love you guys. I'm very grateful that you are here and a part of this, because I do really, really believe that God's going to do some huge things with the media. He's given me a lot of ideas. I've had a lot of just spur of the moment inspiration of things that I think are really beautiful. And so I really can't wait to get to that place and do that. But again, it's all about timing. And I told you guys a lot of times I can be a little bit of a rushing a little bit. I don't want to rush anything like this. It's just too important. But I think we're going to together experience a lot of amazing things. And I can't wait to tell more of my family story. And I can't wait to get to that point. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Good morning. She's watching again, guys, from South Africa. We are going to do a movie live. I don't know how we're going to do it because Colby cannot figure out how to make the audio work on this. Everything else I've ever tried, guys, on my streaming thing on StreamYard has worked with audio. That was the first time it didn't work. How about that? But we will watch a movie or something of that nature. There's some other stuff we could watch together. It's kind of like a live, only watch parties are a little different. I was thinking about calling it Movie Talker because I talk through every movie. Ask Kelsey. And yeah, she doesn't like it, but I talk through movies. So maybe you guys wouldn't enjoy watching a movie with me. His name is Carter Branson. I think somebody asked what the baby's name is. His name is Carter Branson. Love that little boy. And his little cheesy, stinky hands that he gets every day. No matter what. I love him. He's the cutest little thing ever. It's a funny shoe story, so only the folks who watch this particular live will know, so it can be a secret. Yeah, you guys better keep that Jordan secret for me, please. Not be telling everybody about that. You're gonna have to. You guys are gonna know, and it might be back up there. You guys. I might put the Jordan back up there, and you just don't say anything. What's the butt of the shoe? I never knew there could be a butt on there. Yeah, it's because they made a fake Jordan. It doesn't look anything like the Jordan logo. The dude must have had his own version, and it has a huge freaking crease down the butt. I was so mad. Yeah, I knew it. Now I'm going to have to, when I put on Jordans, and if I ever take a picture and you see them, everybody's going to be in the comments. It's just, this night took a left turn. It took a left turn. I didn't expect it. I didn't know it was going to go like this. But this is why we do lives. We have so many inside jokes at this point. There's so many inside jokes. Some people are probably like, what are you talking about? If you're here for the lives, guys, something ends up happening at some point that is an inside joke between all of us. And you guys know it forever. And I'll tell you right now, everyone in the chat does not let me forget. So I really appreciate that. And even if I didn't highlight Kelsey, she's still in there. She's talking. So she's already putting the information out there. So whatever. But again, I've also enjoyed making the shelves look good. Like I told you before, I've been really trying to think of what I was going to do. I really want you guys to have the best quality of everything. I want it to be the best streaming, the best everything, so there's no issues. I want to be better at tech. I never want that to happen again for us, but I appreciate you guys. And I love you guys. But yeah, I'm grateful. Glad we got that out there. Glad we talked about it. I'm still going to make you a long-term video. I think I just have a lot to say and be more specific. Again, I'm not doing this. I hope everybody who was here earlier hears this. I'm not trying to slander anybody or hurt anybody. I'm upset because I put myself in a very vulnerable position to do that documentary, and it just did not go the way that it was supposed to and that it was agreed on. But at the end of the day, we're going to move on from it. We're going to learn from it. We're going to do different things, and we're going to change the narrative at some point. And that's what I feel like a part of this will be, us getting our narratives back. And, this is the first time I feel like I even have my own name back, and feel like I'm actually able to sit in this chair and I'm ready and I can handle this. And so it's a big deal. And you guys have been a part of this journey. I don't want to get too emotional, but you guys have been a huge part of this journey. You've been here in our comments for years. Some of you guys have been around for basically 5 years. And even if you're new, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like we've connected in a very real way. And I genuinely love and appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed now. I don't even want to give Kelsey the opportunity here to get me roasting. Okay. Roast me, whatever. She's going to get to me. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will let you know again. I try to give you guys a ton of time on the community tab to let you know when we're going live. So I'll try my best to continue to do that. And here's the promise. We're not going live again unless the audio works. So just know it. But love you guys. See you soon. I'll let you know what's going on. If you're following the channel, I just want to say thank you. Number one. Number two, we post on the community tab. Pretty regularly. I try to keep you guys as up to date as possible there. So if you're interested in catching lives of anything of that nature, that's where it's going to be at. So I love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. And I'm glad we did this. I had a lot of fun. Even though it was a hard video, I'm glad we did it. So love you guys. See you soon.